Oh, hello. We are live again.
Hola.
Hello. We were waiting for people to pull on into the chat. Um, I see one person is here. Five people are here. All of a sudden, just jump to five. That's what happens. Um, so we were going to talk to my Aunt Dawn tonight, and she was going to tell her story about her first experience with a Ouija board. Oh, scary. But she had a medical emergency. So Bear is joining me so that we can talk a little bit about Mexico because last night we talked about the Queen Mary. So we're going to talk about what happened on the trip when we were on that cruise when we went to Ensenada. So we can talk about some things.
We're not talking about the margaritas.
We can talk about the margaritas.
Okay.
Because that's where it was created. That's where it was created. But everywhere you go in Mexico, they say we're the people that created the margarita. We don't know if anybody is
It's
like telling
who
the
had the
truth.
oldest bar in England.
All of them.
They're all
Everybody says it's the same. Okay, so we had jumped on this cruise. We are avid cruisers. We like to cruise not only because, well, I figured out a long time ago when we had three kids and to us two adults that it was a lot cheaper. It was far cheaper and more entertaining to take a what?
Are we there yet?
No, we are not there yet.
There yet?
So we don't deal with any of that.
Are we there yet?
That doesn't happen.
I'm hungry.
No.
I'm hungry.
Go find food at the Lido. Like that's the thing. We found out that it was far cheaper for us to travel with a family of five.
What are we doing?
Let's stop it. Go away.
There's always entertainment on the boat.
You throw them overboard. That is also an option. And you can threaten them with that. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can threaten them with that. But anyhow, so we're avid travelers because it was less expensive for us to jump on a 7-day cruise or 5 or 7-day cruise with our family and actually go see some things and have a really good time where people could be plugged in or they can go and do what they want, or if they want quiet time they can go back to the room and they met new friends or whatever. But you're getting not only you're getting your travel, you're getting your entertainment, you're getting your food package, you're getting all of it all together and your hotel in one. So we were like, let's do that. So we wanted to go and visit some family in California, and I was trying to convince them. I had found a really, really good deal where it ended up being like less than $500 a person or something like that. It was really inexpensive, really inexpensive. And I was trying to convince my family members, look, come on the cruise ship and actually spend time with us instead of us coming all of this way, driving, and then jumping from one person's house for one meal for lunch, then going to so-and-so's house for dinner, for blah, blah, blah. All of the kids are just like, we have to stay here. Which aunt is this? I don't understand what we're doing. When can we go have fun? Like, I just got tired of dealing with
Instead,
it.
you can tell them if they're not home by curfew, they get to be shark bait.
Yeah, shark bait. Shark bait. So we started cruising. So we're headed out to California, having a really good time. Amber hadn't been to, so this was after Ridley and Casper had moved out. They were already on their own. So our oldest two had already moved out. And Amber was a senior. So this was right before her senior year.
Right, senior year.
Yeah.
Transition.
So we were having a little trip, having some fun. She wanted to go see Hollywood and do all of the touristy things in Hollywood. So we did get some family members that live in LA to come and like go to Pink's Hot Dogs, go to the Griffith Museum. It was a really good hot dog. Griffith Observatory. I mean, we saw the Hollywood sign. We went and Mann's Chinese Theater with the handprints. We did it all. But we had done a 4-day cruise, 3 or 4-day cruise beforehand, where we got to go to Catalina Island, which was on my bucket list because as a California baby, I remember looking at those islands and not knowing. I'm like, one day I'm going to get out there, one day. And so sure enough, so we went. That was the thing. And then we also got to go to Ensenada, Mexico. In Ensenada, it's actually a really kind of cool town.
It's a nice place.
It's a nice place. Our excursion was to the casino and then also a winery, which I think I'd still have that wine. We haven't done anything with it.
I drank
Note to
one
self.
bottle, but we do have to.
No, we got the big one. We don't have the
Yeah.
little, we have the two little dessert
Right,
ones.
right.
I'm just like thinking to myself, self, you have wine to drink.
We do have wine.
We have
We
wine
always
to
have
drink.
wine to drink.
We don't always have wine to
Oh,
drink.
we have wine to drink always.
Oh,
It's just not always your choice of wine.
it's not the wine I'll drink.
Right.
That's
There's always wine
not the wine I'll drink. Okay.
or beer.
Yuck. Some, I like some beer. I just, yeah, no, whatever.
We have
So,
some nice cider and some good meat locally
yeah,
right now.
can't drink any of that stuff.
All mine.
Lucky for you. So we go to this casino that was previously owned by Al Capone. Dun dun dun. I feel like this is with the
Don,
dark
Don, Don.
dun dun dun.
No, Don,
This
Don,
is
Don.
dun dun dun. Why?
Because he was Don.
Oh, he was a don. He was a don. So the casino had like these spots where they would, what do you call it? Those payout deals where you would go to the cashier. The cashier spot.
windows.
All the cashier spots, there was 7 of them, and it was the 7 deadly sins in a mural right behind it. We're like, whoa, that's so cool.
The craftsmanship in the place was just beautiful.
It's also the same place where Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz got married. If you haven't seen what Lucille Ball looked like on her wedding day, I highly suggest you Google that because she is gorgeous, beautiful. So this is the place, and they're giving us the tour, and we're like, our heads are up. We're looking because there's ornamental ceilings and murals everywhere, and is just beautiful. And then we get to this hallway, and it's a transition spot from like a big, like open room to, I think, over to the
like
cashier windows.
It was a 48 type space.
Okay, well then you go, now you talk. Your turn. I'm gonna drink. It's Friday.
You know it's substance.
I
I do know going down that corridor, all of a sudden we started hearing things and feeling things. At this point, I don't remember all the things we heard, but there were spirit activities in that hallway that absolutely were undeniable.
It was undeniable.
There were some places where it was just recordings, residual type energy, and then there were some alive, active spirits running around that place that were very strong.
Very strong. What my impression of this is that, yes, there was residual energy. I deal with that all the time. That's not a big deal. So I'm just like, it's the tape recorder playing, whatever. But when it's intelligent, I perk up a little bit. I'm like, okay, what does it want from me? What are we doing now? How are we doing this? All this stuff. I remember looking at you and you're like, just come on. And I'm like, I'm like, I can't. I'm having a conversation with somebody.
Trying to distract us and pull us back away from
the group.
Tour.
Yeah, the tour. They were trying to, whatever. They were speaking in Spanish, and I, as a Puerto Rican person of descent, mixed Puerto Rican person, was taught by my aunts and uncles to be as white as possible because they came over and they wanted to blend in. And because I got the light skin, you can kind of see my yellow tinge under there a little bit. But because I got the light skin, they didn't want me speaking Spanish at all. They did a huge disservice to me, but they were trying to keep me as American as possible. So I can understand most of the Spanish, but I don't respond. I will respond in English. So this individual, this ghost, this spirit was speaking to me in what it seemed like broken Spanish. So he was trying to speak English to me, probably because of the color of my skin. And he was like desperate, and he did not know he was dead. I don't know how long he had been there, but like it was heart-wrenching. I remember the desperation and feeling what he was feeling and this trap in the space, and like he wouldn't let me leave.
There's a lot of pitiful sorrow with them.
Was really sad. I think that he was shot in the head. That's the image that I got, and I think that it was around that mob time that he might have been a worker in the area that had worked for Al Capone at that time frame, and maybe he saw something that he shouldn't have seen, whatever. But that's sort of the images that I got, and I was just sort of frozen, stuck in this hall. And you were like, "Come on, babe, we gotta go. Come on, babe, we gotta, get with the rest of the thing." And I was just like, here I am just standing in a hall in this beautiful place on vacation, and I'm crying. I'm crying because my heart is going out to this poor spirit, this individual, and all I could do was just like go towards the light. You've passed on long ago. You don't have to stay here. I was doing everything I possibly could as I'm walking with a tour group. I'm telling you. The ghost stories, they be thick with us. I mean, we see a lot of them on vacation. Do we have any good ones from Europe? We got a couple.
I have some
I know
from
we got some.
childhood for sure.
I know you've got some from childhood. We already told a really, really good one, but that is Mexico. And I'm trying to think if we felt anything else while we were in Mexico on that
There
trip.
were other spirits in that place. They weren't as strong as that. Or
Well, I was ignoring the rest of them because that guy broke my heart. He just broke my heart.
There were a couple of females that were very much mistreated. I don't know if they were what their professions were, but there were some real sorrowful women in there too, but not as pitiful as I got. For some reason, that guy was just really sad.
It was really sad. It was really.
And he followed us for, oh goodness, 50 yards or so. This is a pretty big place.
It really.
And he followed us through the corridors quite a bit.
He did. He it was like a spotlight right on us. He would not let us go. He followed us into the cashier area.
Even a little ways through the next
that last bar.
We went outside.
We went to the bar and then we went into the courtyard. So the end of the tour is you go to the bar where the margarita was made. Now that place was haunted too.
It was. That's where the females were.
That's where the females were. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. So
but that was supposedly where the first margarita was crowned the name Margarita because some female named Margaret.
Right. Her
name
was her name was Margarita. She didn't like the taste of tequila, so there were several bartenders that had a crush on her, and they wanted her to stay.
Yeah, they wanted her.
I think she was
in the bar.
I think she was a waitress or something like that, or she worked in the kitchen or something, and they didn't want her to go home too early because they wanted to mac on her, and so they created this drink where it had the juices and all this other stuff so that it would be palatable for her. And so sure enough, that's where they said this was created. Apparently she loved it, and I think she got married to him. I don't know, something like that happened. I don't know. But then it lets you out into a courtyard, and then there's all these artists and stuff that were there, and that was nice. And then we got back on the bus and back. Then we went to the winery, the wine tasting room, which had some residual energy to it, but there wasn't anything intelligent. I was too busy buying wine.
That's right.
And tasting it.
And feeling the margaritas.
And feeling the margaritas from before. I was like, woohoo, viva la Mexico. I was like, woohoo. But that is our Mexico story.
Right.
Yeah. We've got plenty of others, and we are keeping our ghosty stories, unless there's somebody that has canceled, like my Aunt Dawn. I know that she's coming back. She would like to come a little bit later on, so we may shift some of the other stories that we have, but we've got some good ones. I'm trying to think, was there anything in It's Just Life? I sort of feel like the Titanic Museum in Belfast was a thing, but it's brand new.
Yeah.
But it's probably because it's all the harbor, all that situation's all right there.
The
water. Oh yeah, some of the. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a thing.
They can attach themselves to furniture and.
We have haunted furniture. Do you want to talk about Denise? You can talk about Denise if you wanted to, or do you want to?
We'll save it for another day.
We'll save it for another day. So that's it for today. That is Mexico, Ensenada, the casino. And I don't know what the name of the casino is, but just look up Ensenada Casino so that you can see at least the pictures because it is stunning. Isn't
Didn't
it
you do some
beautiful?
stuff on that before too? Didn't you have a post on that
Um,
early on from that trip?
that was when I was really new because that was
Well, you did
that was
you
5 years
the
ago.
Queen
So I did the
Mary,
Queen
and it was right
Mary.
after the Queen Mary, so
I don't know if I did anything in Mexico, but
I'll
you're
take it.
welcome to look. It might be on the Pirate and I. That could be a
Right.
thing. I don't know if I started the Pirate and I at that moment in time.
Mhm.
Maybe not. I don't know. You can look. It might be there. If I find it, I'll put a link in the description box. Did you guys go back and look at the Queen Mary video? Did you? Did you? And this is the time where I ask you to like and subscribe and hit that bell because I had several people message me saying, I didn't know that you guys went live. That's what the bell's for. That bell will notify you when I'm live so you won't miss a dang thing.
When the bell tolls.
When the bell tolls. Okay. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. because I'm talking to Miss Jenny Love, who is going to tell me some ghost stories. And so for East Coast, that would be 12 p.m. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Hasta bye bye.
Hasta la bye bye. Bye, guys.